Investigations in Athens, so we searched for Gro and Azwell at the bottom of the ravine for hours upon hours, but found no sign of either of them. Sir Gro. I knew he was concealing something, but what? What other conclusion could there be? He's an outsider. But he despised outsiders. There has to be more to this than meets the eye. Perhaps still, remember our purpose, Dion. If he is indeed an outsider, I will not hesitate to strike him down. We must report in and request orders on how to proceed. Fortunately, one of our agents operates out of a nearby town. We head there immediately. Oh look, man, we've got a... Is that a whole new region? At the bottom? A new astral fissure. When we arrived at the organization's hideout, we were greeted by a nervous Azwell agent. Something wasn't right. After a short, hushed conversation, Natalie turned to me. We're leaving now, Scott. The three of us hurried out of town. An astral fissure has been sighted just north of here. We need to deal with it before it can grow any more powerful. Others have tasked with locating Sir Gro and Azwell. Let's make haste. Images from the past. Oh look, we're at it. We're at the astral fissure. A berserker appeared from the astral fissure, its familiar voice causing Dion to falter. Oh, who is it? The opponent's low attacks do more damage. Okay. As we got closer to the astral fissure, a berserker appeared with a roar. Exterminate outsiders, all outsiders. What? Was this one of our own? Were they struck down by the cursed sword? It's no longer human, so its past matters not. We exterminate any who have lost their humanity. Ready yourselves.
Battle 1. Fight!
Who is it?
Give up!
Is it Ivy?
You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now! KO! Battle 2. Fight! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare!
Shit.
Wrong move! Wrong move! Give it up yet! KO!
In the end, you could not remember that you were one of us. Dion, you know as well as I do those creatures are no longer our comrades. The monsters possessed by a single, unquenchable desire, mindlessly mourning empty words, illusions of the past, and a nightmare for those still living. Our purpose is to purge this world of anything that does not belong, like the astral fissure. Do not forget that. You're right. I reached for the astral fissure. Dion and Natalie's eyes trained on me. Its power flowed into my body. We are done. Time to head back to town.
Your soul surges in your body.
Bad news and blades. Bad news was waiting for us when we returned. Azwell lived. It seemed impossible that anyone could have survived, but it was the truth. According to our intelligence, Azwell was seen meeting with his followers. He delivered this message to them. 2 months from now, when the moon is full, the ceremony shall save humanity will commence. His followers have already begun moving. They appear to be heading to Ostrheinsberg Castle, where the ceremony will no doubt take place. From what we've learned, the castle is located on a ley line, and it serves as a focus for spiritual energy. In 2 months' time, during the full moon, the stars will align in their yearly high, and the natural energy will reach their peak. Natalie fell silent, a grim look on her face. Next to her, Dion let out a sigh. So if he intends to tap into the power of the heavens and the earth, how could he have survived? I thought this man an imposter at first, but this plan has Azwell written all over it. However, if he is alive, then there is hope for Sir Groth. Dispel such thoughts, Dion. Even if Groth is still alive, it's still likely he's become an outsider. We've no time to waste searching for him, and when we next meet, they'll likely be forced to kill him. If the aim of this ceremony Azwell spoke of is to create the ultimate seed, then the situation is grim indeed. We must act without delay. I agree. We need to rally together to put an end to Azwell's machinations and stop him from bringing about calamity. The only time we're able to locate Azwell for sure is when he was at Ostrheinsberg Castle for the ceremony, so that's when we make our move. Natalie, I'll return to the headquarters to prepare. Under normal circumstances, we would demand you accompany us. We were tasked with keeping an eye on you. However, we owe you much. What do you wish to do, Scott? I'm going to pursue Azwell. You wish to strike before the ceremony, but without careful preparations, you'll likely have to fight your way through every last one of his followers. Sounds like a plan. I'll brutalize them all. How about joining us? Our ultimate target is the same after all. So I didn't actually have a choice. Dion had a point. We shared a goal, and Azwell needed to be stopped before he created the ultimate seed. Slowly, I nodded in assent. Thank you, Scott. When we are ready, we'll send the messenger. Until then, prepare well. As Dion and Natalie disappeared from view, a voice spoke from behind me. They have finally left, I see. The Salamel. Where a moment ago there was nothing, there stood the Salamel. Do you believe you can defeat Azwell by cooperating with Azwell? I remembered Groth driven mad by the immense power of his manifestation, and how even then he proved ineffective against Azwell. The Salamel clenched his fists, shaking his head softly. I do not wish to say you cannot win. In fact, it is quite the opposite. There is indeed a way to defeat the lunatic. Scott, you have absorbed the power of a multitude of astral fissures. I believe that you have gained the strength to be able to resist the astral chaos. That strength is the key to victory. Did being able to resist the astral chaos's influence mean I no longer needed to rely on its power? I asked the Salamel if he knew the answer. That is correct. You no longer have reason to fear for your life. It seems you still retain your ability to absorb astral fissures though. I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. However, Azwell was still a problem. I asked the Salamel how I could defeat him. Listen very carefully. As you have probably heard, Azwell will be performing the ceremony soon. That means he will be able to create both the cursed and spirit swords. However, they are still mere imitations and can be destroyed by true swords. Without them, Azwell's plans will end in ruin. Both the true spirit sword and the true cursed sword have disappeared from this world and are trapped in astral chaos. It would be impossible to retrieve both, but just one would be enough. Someone of your strength could reach into astral chaos and claim one of the true swords on your own, in theory at least. The Salamel pointed at me. However, there is something you still lack. Whichever sword you seek, you need to bind yourself to it to retrieve it from astral chaos. Simply put, even though you possess the power to retrieve the swords, you still lack the ability to find them. To strengthen your connection to the swords, you must do battle with those whose fates are already entangled with them. Fighting those with knowledge of the swords will strengthen your connection to them. Then, Once you are bonded to the swords, you should be able to summon one from the depths of the astral chaos. Fuck me, Ari, mate, I'm sick of this shit. Fuck. This guy chats so much shit, I get the point. I thought back to my conversation with Dion and Natalie. I was ready, and now I knew how to stop Azwell. I looked Zalamel in the eye and nodded. Low odds or not, what other choice did I have? Go. That's all I need to know from this guy. Does that mean I have to travel there? I do. Lost little bird a long time ago. Right, well it looks like we're going to have to... What's in the Fendorf shop? Fiendorf. Nah, flat 220, it's not as good as what I've got, is it? It is actually better than what I've got. What's in the shop? But mine's got counter damage. I'll just keep the weapon I've got for now. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna actually travel straight to the story mission. I can't go anywhere else, can I? Nope. We're gonna go there, straight to the story. Sensing the spirit sword. Seeking those linked to the two swords, I made my way to a nearby grassy plain. For some reason though, I was picking up two separate auras. As I concentrated, I sensed two powerful warriors linked to the sword's destiny nearby. Kilik. To think I'd see you here, Scott. Your journey has been long too, it seems. This is a friend of yours, Kilik? Yes, we trained together briefly. No way. I'm Zhanghua. It's nice to meet another Kilik's training buddies. I sensed both Kilik and Zhanghua were connected to the swords. So what you doing here? I explained that I wished to fight them in order to obtain the power to stop the great disaster. Kilik looked surprised. You believe a duel will grant you power? I confess, I do not fully understand. But how on earth did you know where to find us? I hesitate to tell them about my new powers, so instead I told them I had simply overheard rumours of their whereabouts. Well, since you came all this way, I could hardly turn down a sparring match. Hold on, Kilik. You must be good if you're willing to fight him. I want in on this too. Fine by me. I nodded, and Zhanghua readied her weapon. Let's do this. Do I have to fight them both one after another? I think I might.
Battle 1. Fight! You dare!
I won't hold back! I see ya! There! Can you keep up?
Block.
Block this! Watch over me, mother!
She comboed it?
You can't stop me! Do you give up?
Who does she think she is?
You dare! It ends now! You dare!
Have one of them, pet.
Battle 2. Fight! You dare! It ends now!
Oh, press the wrong button.
Ready?
Let her.
Do you like that?
I won't
Battle
hold back.
3. Fight! You dare! It ends now! You dare!
I won't hold back.
You dare! You dare! You dare! Watch closely!
Oh, I missed it.
How's another? You really are strong. Tricked ya.
Oh, watch out. Silly cow. Don't ever get me near an edge. It's gonna end badly for you. The fight with Zhang Hua awakened memories of a deadly battle for control of Soul Edge. Phew, you really are strong. I thought I was pretty good myself, but... Now, it's my turn. I could see the strength and determination burning in Kilik's eyes. What had happened to him on his journey? My mind full of questions, I readied my weapon. Ready your weapon.
Battle 1. Fight!
Strike! Fight me with all your might!
Strike! Ready? You dare! It ends now!
Stay down!
Oh, that's it? Oh, how did I do that stab?
Come on! See ya!
I need to find out how to do that quick stab.
Fight!
That's it.
You dare! Watch closely!
Oh, I missed.
Stay down!
Give up!
Bullseye! Ling Shang Subo! How did... I feel my
Battle
spirit
3.
surging.
Fight! You dare! It ends now!
Stay down! Stay down! Sleep!
Oh, what the...
Stop coming! Ling Shang Subo!
This guy just perfected it.
Strike! Without reserve! You'll
You
live.
can't get it perfect.
You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now!
Whoa! You must have trained hard.
Oh, very close. Good battle, good battle.
Battle 4. Fight! You dare! No chance! It ends now!
Come on! Now! Stop coming! Deflect!
Not over! Watch Watch closely. What? My specialty.
My
Real
specialty.
power. You're finished. Feeble. You dare.
Come on!
KO.
The fight with Kilik awakened memories of a deadly battle for control of Soul Edge. Well, when I thanked Kilik, he grinned, deftly twirled his staff and brought it to his side. It is me who should be thanking you for the workout. I will not ask you about your disaster you're trying to prevent, or your new power. Allow me just to say, I hope you succeed in your mission. That was fun, I hope we can fight again. After seeing them off, I moved on in search of my next target. I needed to strengthen my bond to the swords. Maybe I've got to find Taki.
Soul surges in your body.
Because she's another person we've come across in our journey. Mitsurugi, and Taki. I think we might have to find those. Taki's probably got the closest bond with the sword because she fucking exterminates them, doesn't she? The man with the giant sword. Oh, is this Siegfried? In the dark corners of a mountain, thick with trees, two warriors did battle. In a flash, the warrior with the giant sword struck down his opponent. The victor's name was Nightmare. Oh, we're fighting Nightmare. Sensing someone linked to the swords, I made my way towards the distant mountains. Hearing the sound of battle, I crept forward carefully until I saw two warriors engaged in battle. Yeah. Great swordsman. That is a man holding a gigantic sword cut down his opponent. A swordsman in red armor. The victor stared down at his fallen foe with a dark look on his face. That's right, because Siegfried succumbed to the darkness, didn't he? And turned into Nightmare. Damn you to hell, Nightmare. Cursing his killer with his final breath, the man in red armor passed away. The surviving swordsman turned towards where I had concealed myself, his massive sword held at the ready. You there. It's no use hiding. Show yourself. I stepped into the open and approached the man, explaining I wished to fight him to obtain the power needed to prevent the great disaster. He responded with a frown. Prevent a disaster? What sort of? Wait, I sense you have a connection to the sword. No, it's more than that. Very well, I will see for myself what this strange power I sense from you is. Let the fight begin. I do quite like Nightmare. I like him better than Siegfried.
Battle 1. Fight! You dare! No chance!
Stay back!
It ends now!
Face death!
You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
Only problem is you can't really get too close. Oh shit.
Die! Pull my hand! Strike!
Ready? Wrong move!
He took it.
You dare! It ends now! KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Strike!
You dare!
This ends now!
I love that move. Oh, the range. The range is real.
Strike!
Brace yourself.
Oh, look at that. How did I do that?
Wrong move.
Go on, get him. Mate, I just kicked your head in.
Battle 3. Fight. Watch closely.
I didn't mean to do that.
Give up.
No escape! No escape!
Wrong move.
No.
KO.
Ah, I was desperate for the air grab and I was a fool.
Battle 4. Fight.
I'm not fucking about now, like.
You dare. No chance. It ends now.
Time to die!
This is not where I want to be.
You dare. Prepare to die. It ends now.
Let's do this!
I fucking blocked that.
The power of my sword! Haven't had
What a
enough?
finisher. I like it.
You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare.
Time to die!
Fuck me. He's not fucking about him, like.
Fight. You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare. You dare. It ends now.
Can have some. That was an awesome battle. Fight with the man awakened memories of a deadly battle. The man stumbled and lowered his sword, lifting his hand to his head as if dizzy. Why do my memories haunt me again? Did you get what you came for? Soul Edge must be suppressed. I asked the man why his opponent had called him Nightmare. Because that is who I am. I have to seal away Soul Edge, even if that means I must pay for my sins for all eternity. Without another word, the man turned his back to me and strode off into the forest. I called for him to stop, but he ignored me. $1587 now. 1 year has passed. What the hell? I can't go there. I've done this quest by accident. Maybe I do this quest to progress to the next town? Lizalette, I told you the whole situation is rotten. A woman named Lizalette slurred insistently and pounded the table. She was well into her cups. Hey, are you even listening? We need to build a highway through the forest. Oh, that's how we'll get there. By the end of her short speech, she was standing on the table and shouting to the entire room. Anyway, you're a doughty adventurer, right? Don't try to fool me. Lizalette squatted down on her perch and peered into my eyes. We have to tell the village chief about our plan. I'll come back to the inn in the morning. Good night. Good morning, it's time to have our discussion with the village chief. Without waiting for a response, she tugged my arm and led me to the chief's house. No matter how many times you ask, the answer is still the same. The villagers fear the forest. It belongs to the hidden village clan. If we try to build a road through, who knows what trouble may come. But without a road, the village is doomed. You know that trade with other villages will dry up because everyone has to take the long way around. If the hidden village clan still exists, then as a scholar of the Crone family, it is my responsibility to negotiate with them. Chief, please allow me to do my duty. Are you certain you're up to the task? Don't worry, I've made arrangements this time. Lissaletta and the village chief both looked at me. I thought you were exaggerating when you told me of this adventurous skill, but you does look quite experienced. Very well, I give you permission. You know I will. Escorting a woman into the heart of a primeval forest. I've gotten myself entangled in a strange business. So now we can go there. Ostrainsburg. If I'd known that before, I would have done that quest and saved some money. Right, judgment. The Salamel was waiting at the end of my journey to deepen my connection with the two swords, saying he wished to test my strength. He readied his weapon to attack. I had travelled long and far and battled a number of skilled warriors by the time a messenger from Azwell found me. Natalie and Dion wanted to meet, so I set off without delay. Azwell has begun gathering its forces near the Ostrainsburg castle. I glanced over my shoulder to see the Salamel staring at me intently. As always, he had simply appeared out of thin air. Your destiny has become closely entwined with the swords. Whether your connection is strong enough to master the blades, I do not know, but you should be able to retrieve one from the astral chaos, temporarily at least. But before you go... With deathly silence, the Salamel readied his enormous blade. This is your final test. Show me your power. I cannot remember if it was Soul Calibur 2 or Soul Calibur 3, where I'm sure the Salamel was the main boss of the game.
Battle
Anyway.
1. Fight!
How useful is that power?
It ends. You dare! It ends now! It ends now! You dare! Battle 2. Fight! You dare!
I love that movie, he's got massive range.
You dare! You shall die! Watch closely!
Oh, I thought that was a combo, it didn't. Fuck.
I've waited for this!
Oh my god, he fucking...
My abyss shall take you!
That was well done. What a move.
Just as it is written.
Battle 3. Fight! You dare! It ends now!
How did I do that move? I need to learn how to do that running combination. I nearly had it.
Fight! You dare! Wrong move! Give up and die! You dare! You are indeed strong. It ends now. Watch closely.
See ya.
My specialty. Well, real power. You're finished. Feeble.
Shin kick, baby. Never underestimate the leg kicks. You have promise. Whether you draw the spirit sword or the curse sword, you have but one chance to use it. Do not waste it. I parted with the Zalamel and made my way to meet Natalie and Dion. I was ready to summon one of the swords from the astral chaos. My goal was clear: defeat Azwell. When I arrived at the forest by Osteinsberg Castle, Dion and Natalie were just finishing their preparations. You made it just in time, Scott. Our allies are in position, and Aval is about to launch its full-scale assault on the castle. Our information tells us the ceremony will be held in a large chamber called the Hall of the Chosen. That is where Azwell must be. Scott, you need not await your orders. Azwell is too powerful to defeat with mere stratagems or tricks, so when you see an opportunity to strike him down, take it. Win or lose, this will be our final battle with the madman. When you are ready, let us know. The final key. So are we going to get the sword here? Weaving my way through the battlefield, I last arrived at the Hall of the Chosen in Osteinberg Castle. There, Azwell stood waiting for me, eager to reveal the key ingredient he needed to make his plans readily. Osteinsberg Castle was filled with the clash and clamour of battle. Everywhere I looked, groups of Aval soldiers fought desperately against the qualifiers. Before I knew it, I had lost sight of Natalie and Dion in the fray. As I made my way upstairs, the sounds of battle grew dim. Eventually, only the sound of my footsteps echoed through the silent halls. The Hall of the Chosen was just ahead. The Hall of the Chosen was nothing like I had imagined. Large gaps in the crumbling castle walls left in the quiet, slivery light of the moon, illuminating Azwell. He turned to face me as I entered, spreading his arms wide. That was very rude of you to keep me waiting, my friend. But I knew you would come. I looked around, but it was just the two of us. Relax. It's just the two of us. I can't remember how I did Azwell's voice, so you're just gonna have to fucking rock with this shit one. No one shall disturb us. The others have their hands full downstairs. But it's such a tragedy they are killing each other over this, is it not? It appeared the ceremony had yet to begin. I needed to act fast. I readied my weapon and Azwell's grin broadened. My, how strong you've become. I knew it. You're perfect. For you to make it this far shows how close to the gods you are. Seeing the puzzlement in my face, Azwell sighed and wagged his finger in disapproval. Think for a moment, what do we need to create the ultimate seed? Firstly, we take the power of the spirit and the cursed swords, then we mix in the energy of the heavens, today's celestial spectacle and the energy of the earth, the ley lines. Even the fools at the Azwell organization would no doubt have figured that out, even without my research notes. However, that alone is not enough. Why? It could destroy a country or two, but that's boring. We're aiming to change the very world, my dear. We're still missing one key component. I bet you it's me. And what is that we lack? Something to create an enormous wave of energy. Something that can absorb power, amplify it, and lose it with exponentially greater force. In other words, you. To my surprise, Azwell pointed at me. The moment I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one. A human who was able to absorb the power of the astral fissures. A human who could even claim the power of the astral chaos. However, when we first met, you were still too weak for my needs, so I allowed you to live, knowing you would become more powerful eventually. I bided my time until the day we would meet again. And here you are. Everything has led up to this one perfect moment. Today, you and I are a part of the beautiful miracle. Azwell lifted his two swords menacingly. All that remains now is to force the power of the blades to resonate with the power inside of you. Chaotic energy and the might of these swords will intertwine, amplify, and burst forth. Then only then will the ultimate seed come into being and cleanse this world. Though you will most likely die in the process, your death will not be in vain. You will be the stepping stone for humanity's great evolution. Oh, what a glorious happy fate. Don't tell me you think to resist. Fret not. I will give you pure ecstasy. That I promise you. Blah blah blah, fucking bullshit. Get on with it, we're gonna fight you. And did I have to go on a separate quest to get the soul blades? Because I haven't. For I am the true force.
Battle 1. Fight!
You
Stick
dare.
with me! Let us guide the human race together! Stick with me! For the human race!
What the fuck is this guy doing? What the fuck?
Battle 2. Fight! There! Go ahead! Go!
You dare! No chance! It ends now! It ends now!
For the human race! Stick with me!
Right, this fucking guy's bullshit. What the fuck is going on with this guy? He's like fucking 3 times the speed.
Fight!
You dare! It ends. Give up! You dare! It ends now! You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare!
We'll have to cheat him out.
You dare!
We're just gonna have to use fucking massively cheap tactics to beat this cunt.
4. Fight!
You dare! You dare! You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare!
Stick with
It ends
me!
now!
Stick with me!
Watch closely!
See ya.
My specialty! Real power! You're finished! Feeble! You dare!
Stick with me!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
That's how you beat this cunt. Just fucking spam that move.
Fight!
You dare! It ends now! It ends now!
Shit.
You dare! It ends now! You dare! You dare!
Fuck off.
Stick with me!
You dare! It ends now! You dare!
Sweet dreams!
Watch closely! My specialty!
Do you resist?
Real power!
Fuck, this is gonna be close.
Feeble! You dare!
Oh, you fucking dickhead. Right, we're just gonna have to do that.
Now lays here to rest.
You can't use any sort of real fighting to beat this guy because he's too ridiculous. You just gotta rely on him, not using that stupid forward multiple
Battle
thrust move.
1. Fight!
You dare! No chance!
Let
It
us
ends
guide
now!
the human
You
race
dare.
together!
It ends now! You dare! No chance! It ends now! You dare!
Stick with me!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! No chance! It ends now! It ends now!
Switch it up at the end there.
Fight!
You dare! You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
Stick with me! Absolute! Stick with me!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! Watch closely!
See ya.
My specialty! Real power! You're finished.
Perfect, baby.
I've got to reach my goal.
Fight!
You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends
Why
now.
do you resist?
Dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare.
Perfect! Mate, get a perfect up here, fucking muppet. Succumb to my cheap tactics.
You have begun to change. I knew you would not disappoint. In that case, I shall have to show you the ace up my sleeve. I will not be defeated. Using you as the key, I will save the human race! I am so close, so very close to the moment my beloved humans shall be freed from their cruel fate! Let's be done with this. Will you stop me and emerge victorious? Or shall I claim victory and lead humanity to a new era? With all my might, I shall make you mine!
Oh my god, he's a beast.
Your soul surges in your body.
The journey's end. Let's do it. Oh, look at him, man. He's like ascended. He's got both the power of the Soul Edge and the Soul Calibur. Or is it called the Soul Blade? Azwell unleashed the power of the two swords, warping the very fabric of the reality around us. This battle would likely prove to be our last. Your opponent is permanently soul charged and their health recovers over time. That sounds just massively biased. Looks like it's going to be cheap tactics again, lads. That's the only problem with fighting games and like end bosses, is that you just have to get around the enemy AI.
Battle 1. Fight!
You dare.
The old era has ended. A new age begins.
It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now.
So, it's the end.
You dare. It ends now. 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 You dare. It ends now.
Take this, and these become mine.
Fuck off, look at the damage.
How cathartic!
You dare.
Let me guide you.
Fuck
It
off.
ends now.
The power of reason. Terrifying.
Shit, he's killed it.
Watch closely.
No, he hasn't.
All
My
Take my soul charge, motherfucker.
real power. You're finished.
Fucking hell, this battle's ridiculous.
Battle 2. Fight!
You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now.
No, don't do that.
reason. The power of truth. Oh my.
Get up, get up, get up.
You dare. No chance. It ends now. You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now.
So almighty. Terrifying. Take this, and these. Such brilliance.
You dare. It ends now. It ends now.
Oh
You
my.
dare. You dare. It ends now. You dare. It ends now.
Fucking hell. That is so
Battle
ridiculous.
3. Fight!
You dare. You dare. It ends now. You dare. You dare.
No.
You dare. You dare. It ends now. You dare! The power of reason!
Nah, I don't know how I'm gonna beat this fucker like.
Battle 4. Fight!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! Give it up yet! You dare! It ends now! You dare! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
Fuck off. Got 2 soul charges, right?
Final battle. Fight!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! Watch closely!
Shit.
You dare! The power of reason! Such brilliance!
Fuck off, man.
Power of reason!
Can I fucking get out of this fucking stupid attacks, man? What you doing?
Accept this from me! My love! How cathartic!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! I see!
Fucking dickhead. Fucking bullshit.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
It's like fucking Shao Kahn at the end of Mortal Kombat 5. Mortal Kombat 5. Absolute bullshit. You just have to fucking cheese him.
Battle 1. Fight!
You dare! The old era has ended. A new age begins!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
Go!
You dare! It ends now! 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 You dare! It ends now!
Fucking hell. Spam, spam,
Battle
spam.
2. Fight!
Oh
You
my!
dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
Take this and this!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now!
The power of reason! Take this and this!
It ends now!
Don't do that, man, you dick.
You dare! You dare! Prepare to die! You dare!
Oh, man, what you doing?
Brilliance! Take
Watch
this!
closely! My specialty! Real power! You're finished! Feeble! You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now!
Fucking shit.
Battle 3. Fight!
You dare! It ends now! 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 You dare! It
Unbelievable!
ends now! You dare! Prepare to die! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare! Give it up, yes! You dare! It ends now!
Fuck off.
I've yet to
Battle
reach my
4.
goal!
Fight!
You dare! It ends now! You dare!
Absolute!
You dare! It ends now! You dare! It ends now! You dare!
The power of reason! Almighty!
You dare!
Fuck off. See, like, once it, if he gets in close, you can't do anything.
Fight!
You dare! It ends now! 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 You dare! It ends now!
Fuck off, you cunt. I'll kick you in the face. How do you like them apples?
over yet. I shall free humanity from the binds of fate! You are the one I sought.
That was pretty pimpin' that though, wasn't it? Wax out the soul blade. The torrent of high light consumed my body, and I began to slip into unconsciousness. It was finally a time to die. But I was ready to accept my fate, no longer afraid of the cold hand of death. The ultimate seed was no more. I had played my part. When I opened my eyes, I was in the ruins of Ostenheimberg Castle. Our victory was narrow, one indeed, but Azwell's schemes have come to nothing. Sir Salamel was standing by my side, and a hushed silence surrounded us. I thanked him for everything he had done for me, and asked what he would do next. I shall continue to observe the world. I wish to see what the future that began today holds. Be proud, Scott. You not only saved yourself, but the world. I parted ways with the Salamel at the castle, and soon ran into Dion and Natalie. Scott, we're ready to give up. We searched the castle but found no sign of you, Azwell, or any fragment of the Spirit Sword. What happened? Were you able to defeat Azwell? I nodded and explained everything that had happened. Incredible. You've done a great deed today. We've seen no evidence of the ultimate seed on our end, though we are still investigating. I believe we can rest easy for now. Some of the qualifiers still remain, but you've cut off at the serpent's head. They should be easy to take care of. Thank you, Scott. We would like to continue working with you. If we discover any new information you could use, we'll send a messenger. The location of astral fissures, for example, or grow. Enough talking. We must go, Dion. Indeed. Farewell, Scott. Thank you again for all you've done. As my journey came to an end, I reflected on everything that had happened. Though I had started off fighting for my life, I ended up fighting to protect the world. I thought about what I had achieved and where fate had led me. If I had fulfilled my purpose, what should I do next? I could not decide just yet. For now, I would rest and ready myself for my next journey.
Your soul surges in your body.
Style master, Taki. Alright, okay. So I've mastered Taki's style. I don't even know what that even... I don't even know what mastering a style even allows you to do. Chapter 5. A new journey. Bloody hell. The content in this game is absolutely real and I love it. So, I actually thought the game was over there. We've still got more to do, which is great news because if I can level up to level 50, I can start using some new weapons that I've got in my inventory. Okay lads, we've beaten Azwell, but by the looks of things, the Black Demon is still yet to be defeated. See you in the next one, lads.